Hey everybody, it's me, Chaonix, and today what we're going to be doing instead of stop motion or anything actually is going to be a review, specifically a review for this figure, which is the Transformers Cyberworld Stomp and Chomp Grimlock. So, at the time of this video, no other Cyberworld figures have fully released yet. Just for some reason on Amazon, this figure was put up early and it just got to me today. So I'm very excited to take a look at it. Well, to more so to show you guys this thing. I've already kind of fiddled with it a little bit, but yeah, so this figure right here is pretty simple. It's definitely not aimed at adult collectors in any way, shape, or form. It's mainly focused for kids, but I still think that it's pretty cool. So, first things first, the Dinosaur mode. Sorry, I bumped the camera. Dinosaur mode honestly looks really cool. I really like this look. As you can see, there's a lot of really cool mechanical detail in there going throughout. There is a robot hand there. Just kind of do your best to ignore that. Hang on, let me adjust the light really quick so that you can really see. There we go. There we go. There's a nice big Autobot symbol there. Big dino feet and everything like that. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say. In terms of size, this guy's pretty big. So here's Rise of the Beasts Battle Changer Mirage, so that you can see how that works out. Here is Studio Series Voyager class Bumblebee movie Shockwave. So he's about the size of a Voyager class-ish in dinosaur mode. So, yeah. I unfortunately do not have a ruler on me at this moment in time, but yeah, he's still a pretty big figure. So, articulation-wise, not really much. I mean, the head can rotate like that, and same thing for the tail for a kind of obvious reason. The arms are on ball joints, the little T-Rex arms are on ball joints, and the hips are on ball joints as well, so they can move forward that far, backward. Well, if you extend the knee, it's backward that far, and yes, there's a hinge at the knee, and they can also go outward that far. And already showed the knee bend, and the ankles can tilt, but that's more for transformation. So there are some gimmicks in the dinosaur mode. So one of them is right here at the dino head. The mouth can actually open and close. It's spring-loaded, so all you do is that you put your finger on this part right here, and that's kind of it. But so yeah, that's how the mouth can open and close. But there's also something else. So the main gimmick with the entire line is that the smallest size of figures, which are called the Cyber Changers, are meant to interact with every single size class. So with this figure, the Cyber Changers can interact in quite a few different ways that I think are really cool. So first thing, let me adjust the camera a little bit so that you can get a little bit of a better view, is that they can sit on Grimlock's back. Now, originally, I thought they would just plug into one of these two pegs. And I learned that is not the case, because what you need to do is that you grab this spike right here. This one right here. You grab it to the best of your ability. To the best of your ability, I said. Of course, now it doesn't want to cooperate. Hang on a second. There we go. So, you grab the spike, and you pull it up, and it's on this little strut. Then you fold this back. There's a little peg right there that you can use to peg your figures in via the back. And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's a really unique thing that we haven't really seen for many figures like that. The rest of the gimmicks are mainly centered in the robot mode, so how about we get down into that, shall we? So, first thing we need to do, obviously, is extend the legs and straighten out the ankles and everything, and we can stand them up. It looks a little bit doofy like that. Next thing we do is that we bring the dinosaur arms out, and we bring down the T-Rex head. Then we take these dinosaur arms, and using this little peg right here, there's a little port that's in there that these arms are going to connect to. And then we take the tail and we bring that down too. And now here's the really cool thing. So this flap up here, I'm pretty sure you saw it earlier when I was trying to get this spike out. You flip it back and it'll do the head reveal. And then if you push it all the way back, it turns the entire figure at the waist. So there is a little bit of automorph there, but personally, I don't really mind it. So let's see if I can get most of this guy in frame. And there we go. So here you have Grimlock, all transformed up into robot mode. And honestly, I really like that. Really like the automorph feature. Just the whole... Of course, I can never... There we go. The whole thing with that is just phenomenal. I really like that. So, yeah. Here we have Grimlock in robot mode. As you can see, lots of good articulation. Lots of good molded detail and everything. The paint up here is a little bit scuffed, but you know what? I don't really mind. You kind of saw most of these details in robot mode, but yeah, this is... I really like this. I really like this figure. Even though it is definitely not tailored towards people in my age range, I still really like it. So, articulation for this, the legs are more or less the same in robot mode. You got the ball joints at the hips, the hinges at the knees, and hinges at the ankles. And you still have the rotation at the forearms, and the inwards and outwards. And yes, you do have forward and backward articulation. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you. The tail is a giant triple-barreled Gatling cannon. And yes, one of the gimmicks is you can push down on this, and it spins. I love that. I love that so much. It is so cool. Sadly, the head does not articulate at all, but I can kind of understand that. And the waist, it does have the whole assembly can turn, but it is like spring-loaded, so there's that. Now, as for one of the other ways that this guy can interact with these smaller Cyberchanger figures is actually something really unique that I've never seen before. So, one thing is you can grab the fronts of the chest, and if I can get a good grip on it, I can get a good hold on it at all. Just give me a second. Never mind, I'm gonna do it my way. So, these sections here on the side of the stomach, what you can do is that you can unpeg them, and you just fold them up like that, both sides, and then you can unpeg the chest, fold it down, and then fold up this section, which does have a 5mm port in there, and the instructions don't tell you to do this part, but I personally fold away the head. And then what you do is that you come to the T-Rex arm, and you take off the top of the T-Rex head, and you plug it up here onto both of those pegs, and he turns into a mech suit. This is amazing. This is just, I have no other words because this is very creative and just all around a phenomenal little gimmick. You can put a Cyberchanger right here, and it's like if the power loader from Aliens was made for Jurassic Park. And I absolutely love it. And yes, the gun is still there and intact, and you can still spin it and everything. And yeah, this is just a really cool little gimmick. But sadly, I do not have any of these Cyber Changers figures. So yeah, I am planning on making a little kind of retrospective if I do get more of these Cyberworld figures when they finally release. But yeah, as of now, that's kind of it. But there is one more thing that this figure can do, which I honestly think is really cool. So, the final thing you can do with this figure is that you can actually remove the forearms, bear with me, and on the first time this was really hard to do, and keep in mind this is a toy for like grade schoolers, so yeah, you can remove the arms, and we'll just set Grimlock off to the side and rotate the camera down. I'll bring him back in for some more size comparisons a little bit later, but first I gotta show you this amazing little gimmick. So, you got the forearms. So now what you do is that you once again remove the top of the dinosaur head, and you'll see inside that there are these two little pegs. And inside here are these two little peg holes. So, for dinosaur mode, this peg hole in the front is pegged into this one right here. So instead, what you want to do is peg this one that has this little lip right behind it, into the furthest one at the back. Just like this. Make sure it's all nice and squoze in there. And then you take this, and there's a 5mm peg there, and you can peg it into either this hole or this hole, and you just peg that in, and you have a little hover tank that you can sit another little figure onto. Have I mentioned how much I love this concept? Of all the bigger figures having little things that turn into vehicles for the smaller figures. This is the kind of stuff I really like. But yeah, I can understand if it's not for everyone, but at the same time, this is kind of cool to me. So just going to reassemble everything here. Bring Grimlock back in. I'll put these back on. Then I'll see if I can get him fully into frame, so that we can do some size comparisons. So there we go. So once more, we're going to be bringing back in Bumblebee movie Shockwave, just so that you can see how tall he is compared to a Voyager class figure. And one moment please, here he is with Power of the Prime's leader class Optimus Primal. So you can see how that works out. And finally, just because why not, here he is compared to, oh boy, Legacy United Tidal Wave, right there in the background. So yeah, pretty good size for this guy, really good feel, and personally, I feel that it's a really fun figure. Not the most interesting, or, well actually, no, it is the most interesting to me. Not the most articulated, not the most intuitive, but at the same time, it is pretty fun. And I mean intuitive in terms of like the transformation and the design and everything. So yeah, that's going to wrap up this first ever review that I did, which was completely unscripted, by the way. And yeah, I think that about wraps it up. So thank you for watching, and yeah.